Welcome to downtown Atlanta, where the Swarm play host to one of the SFL's original dynasty teams, the Queen City Corsairs. Alongside my broadcast partner back in the booth, Rick Northrup.
Good evening, everybody.
I'm Colin Northrup, as we're bringing you this clash. Our statisticians for today, Ron Haynes and Dwayne Schindler.
Let's go.
The two teams with very similar records this season, but they were in vastly different places a year ago. Queen City, though, looking to finish the season out with a high, as is Atlanta. Of course, the Hall of Famer BDG Hollywood will be key for Atlanta. And the throwing Hawaiian Brian Dynasty, who has been troubled with getting consistent play out of his arm at times this season, goes up against controlerless Blanton and the rest of the Queen City Corsair attack, which is fronted by number 40 Jet Zero. But they are no shortage for lacking weapons on offense, Rick, with James Matthews Jr. tight end, of course, the explosive Doug Spelling. As the Corsairs will kick off to Atlanta first.
That's right,
to
Colin.
Start the ball.
Oh, I'm sorry, Colin. Yeah, welcome everybody, and of course, the Stars need to do star things, but there's always a player or two that you didn't really expect to come out and make the difference, and we'll keep an eye out for who that might be on either squad tonight, Colin.
Well, Kyle Finnemore on the return for Atlanta has been a big case in the receiving game. He returns this out to the 30. And we'll get our first look at Brian Dynasty, the Hall of Famer BDG Hollywood, now in his 14th season, being the key 10 pulls on offense for this Atlanta team. And averages just over almost 21 points a game coming in. 212 through the air, 100 exactly on the ground. This going up against the Queen City defense that's number one against the pass, but gives up almost 200 rush yards per game, 6 takeaways on the year. Brian Dynasty starting first and 10 with split backs. Booches him in motion to the bottom of the formation. Dynasty's back to throw. We'll swing this out to Hollywood. Hollywood tiptoeing along the sidelines. Will gain yardage of 7, 2nd and 3. Joining Hollywood out there, fullback Mitchell O'Brien, wide receivers Kyle Finnemore, Siege Falco, Boo Chisholm, Phenom Shine and Why Not Errol are the tight ends. Carter Hollywood and Sam Falco are the offensive linemen. Hollywood gets stopped in the backfield for a loss by number 94 Kappa Jones.
Keeping them a little bit behind schedule, Colin. 3rd and 5 is longer than you'd like to have as an OC.
Dan Dash and Oliver Ridge are the defensive ends. Joseph Saboka's the defensive tackle. Linebackers are DJ Klingon and Kappa Jones, who you saw there, along with Claudius Periwinkle III and Chad Stenson. As Dynasty will roll in the pocket, throw back across the field, and it's knocked away by that very valuable rookie, number 24, Alex Marshall, the 6th overall pick, back there at free safety to force a 4th down.
Man, I thought that was going to be great as Dynasty kind of just drifted to his right. I thought, he's got something, and just couldn't make the completion there. Great coverage by the secondary.
We have a punt from Atlanta. It'll be returned up the middle by Ellis to the Queen City 35, where Terrellus Blanton, Jet Zero and company will start out. Blanton, of course, is the quarterback, number 15. Jet Zero and Tony Zoma are the tailbacks. Adrian Ellis is the wide receiver along with Doug Spelling and the rookie Bob Wood. James Matthews Jr. and Chase Matthews are the tight end. Robert Cronin is the offensive left guard. On the I formation come the Corsairs. Back to throw is Blanton. Steps up, throws, complete to Matthews Jr. This team's big play wide receiver, and that's good enough for first down.
It is, and let's see if they can sustain a drive here early in the early sledding, as they would say. Sustained drives are always good for what ails you.
Mickey Gibson, Billy Ray Valentine, Leo Jefferson, and Joshua Williams are the defensive line for Atlanta. Cree Higgins, Sean Allen, and Diamond Blackwell are the linebackers. Defensive backs, Jack Napier, Jay Miraculous, and Moose Papano, Grant Hardaway, and Chris Henry are the safeties as we get a sack as Blanton gets tackled for a loss of 5 by big number 69, Mickey Gibson.
Yeah, the protection breaks down sort of unexpectedly, I guess, by Blanton. That brings up 2nd and 15.
Just the 12th sack taken by Blanton this season. He's number 3 in completion percentage, number 3 in attempts. His 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. This is a 2nd and 15 situation. Jay Mastrino, leading receiver, with 61 grabs for 792 yards coming in. As this pass is incomplete, dropped by Bob Wood, setting up a 3rd and long situation.
Wooden hands or something? I don't know. And that was a weird play, too, because that was an under route that wasn't even wasn't beyond the line of game. Let's start there. Still try to complete it there. Dicey.
Actually, the completion went to Doug Spelling as Blanton gets out of a sack and finds a 1st down. How did he do that? Bob Wood, the rookie, makes up for the drop and a big catch there.
Indeed he does. Are you kidding me? That was great. How was he not sacked? Did he duck under the
He
right
did.
there?
Whoop. It's like the drill they used to teach in schools, the duck and cover drill.
Duck and cover.
17-yard gain on the pass reception.
Right. When I was in school, we used to drill for nuclear events. You'd get under your desk and put a book on your head. Now it's too windy and they call school off. I'm like, what the heck?
High formation, Spelling in motion to the bottom. Nobody follows him. Blanton fires it out to Jet Zero with a nasty stiff arm on Sean Allen. Picks up 5 yards.
Jet Zero doing Jet Zero things there, Colin.
He is indeed. That's his 47th grab. He's got 243 yards. Also has carried the ball 201 times for 768 yards. So well over, or maybe close to 1,000 yards from scrimmage. And that's a little rusty.
Jet Zero's contributions to this team is a non-zero number. Just leave it at that.
He takes the handoff here, stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain, sets up a 3rd and 5 in the Corsairs in terms of 3rd down percentage.
Yes. Digame.
Our 26th with just under 46%.
Is that right?
Blanton back to throw. Sets, throws.
Oh,
incomplete.
Wow. Well defended. Perfect timing there with a great hit on Spelling, Colin.
Looking for Spelling again. Would have been his 2nd catch on the drive.
I think they caught him a little bit by surprise as they threw out of the power I from under center.
And it'll be a punt. I think that's Steve Felko back there. Receive this kick. This will be angled toward the side. They'll let it bounce into the end zone.
Oh, boy. Interesting choice of punt right there, Collins. They're sort of on the edge of no man's land. And the touchback is going to make them wish maybe they'd gone for it on 4th and 5.
6 of 5 to go in the first. Atlanta 7.5 point favorite at home, over under 48.5.
I want to welcome you all to the game. The Rick meter is in the house. Denver, the service dog, is not in the house. For those of you keeping track at home.
Dynasty back to throw, fires. He completes it out to Boo Chisholm, an Hall of Fame wide receiver. His tackle just short of 48, around the 35. Good enough for him.
As we all know, the Rick meter starts the game in neutral. The ace staff watches, calculates, does their ciphers. and they will help you understand who might have the upper hand as we go through the game.
Chisholm second on the team in receptions and yards. Kyle Fenimore top 5 with 61 grabs for 934 yards coming in.
Did you say yards? What, did you grow up on Cape Cod or something? Have some lobster. Wicked awesome.
He was to get to Hollywood, and this is his first positive run of the day. And let him 9 yards going forward as he falls on top of the defender there. It'll be 2nd and 1. And the Hall of Famer, he's over 1,000 yards and 258 carries, averaging almost 4 yards carry, 9 rushes.
Not a bad stat line, Colin.
And for these two teams, they've met 12 times, but this is the first meeting in the regular season since season 17, week 4. That was back in August of 2021.
You saw Hollywood there with kind of a nice off-tackle dive, if you will, and puts his head in the breadbasket of the defender and picks up an extra 2 or 3 yards for his trouble. Brings up first down.
Hollywood now up to 11 yards on 3 carries. Long of 9 also has 1 grab for 7 yards. Dynasty backs throw. Hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete.
Couldn't get the handle on that dying duck there. Even though it got in the vicinity of the receiver.
It'll be 2nd and 10. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. Never too late to get involved. There are plenty of ways to be involved in this league besides being a player, including what we're doing right now, which is broadcast. Dynasty throws down the field, and a man open. Chisholm dropped it. And the Hall of Famer suffers a rare drop. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, to be fair to the Hall of Famer, Colin, he was the recipient of a well-timed hit delivered by the secondary. Didn't catch the number on that play. By the way, don't forget to be on the lookout for vocabulary words as well as obscure cultural references. Fill out your Colin and Rick bingo card.
Dynasty rolls. Now he has to run, but only stopped about 4 yards short of the sticks. He still got 4 yards, but he needed 10, so they'll punt it away. Something to note about the Corsairs, their strength of victory is number 2 based on the combined records of the teams they've beaten, Rick. So
wow,
this is a Corsair team. And Atlanta's number 1 in that category.
Jeez.
So, and they played the hardest schedule with the combined record of their opponents across everything, with 62 and 43 coming in.
Well, a couple of boss teams in those ways, Colin. And the Gearheads at Jack's data says Atlanta's favored, giving 7.5. You're under at 48.5. We're scoreless here as we're about to tick under 4 minutes in the first quarter.
Corsairs have lost their last 2 games coming in. Atlanta is also on a 2-game losing streak, as this is a backup of 1-0 tackle made by Blackwell.
Yeah, Atlanta just stuffed him really on that run. There was nothing there.
Blanton up under center, 3rd-year quarterback. Spent his first 2 seasons with the Seattle Nemesis before off-season changes with the club in the Pacific Northwest that has won the Pacific Division, Rick.
Yes.
Making the playoffs for the first time.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to those boys, as the completion is good to Ellis for a first down. Number 11, his first catch of the day. Boys and girls. Yes, to the Queen.
That's right.
See the early numbers for Blanton there. Statisticians Lon Ains and Dwayne Schindler. 4 of 6 for 53 yards is Blanton. First catch, pickup of 17, unofficially for Ellis. As we approach under 3 minutes to go, Jet 0 on another carry. This time he finds a little crack and picks up 2 yards
Not exactly the running game Queen City had in mind, but they're going to keep at it. These kinds of things tend to be cumulative and work better and better as the game progresses.
We have a 2nd and 8 situation. Split backs, one receiver out in the pattern. Blanton back to throw. Throws down the middle. Matthews Jr. was tightly covered and it was tipped and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Queen City. For all league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shirt. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Third and 8, 4 wide out for the Corsairs. Blanton back to throw as a clean punt. Now has to roll to the left a little bit. Fires downfield as Doug Spelling wide open, who steps out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. At perhaps about the 38, head coach Tom Walsh is one happy camper down there.
Indeed. Nice play. Nice pickup.
Right in front of His Royal Highness King Henry, number 44, and Atlanta is challenging the play, so let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com. Rick, we get our first look under the hood. That was a big conversion by the Corsairs. Easy to see why Atlanta would want a challenge.
I think he was out of bounds. Let's get a look here.
Just running the scissors.
And one, two.
I
think someone's going to lose their challenge.
After review, the play stands. The pass was complete. The catch was made.
Play stands is called, and Atlanta will lose a timeout. Coach is not happy because he knows what a big momentum swing that would have been for his side.
Right. Yeah. Well, he needed to watch the in stadium video board. He would have seen clearly at 2 feet in. Not sure who was advising him on throwing that challenge. It's a debate for another day.
2:32 left to go in the first. As we have a pickup of 7 yards by Jet Zero to make his 2nd and 3. As we approach under 2 minutes to go. Nice to have you back in the broadcast booth, Dad.
You're welcome there, son. Yeah. Coming dentures all in. We're ready to go.
Here's to get to 0 again. Ooh, he almost had the first down, but he stopped just a yard short. They'll say Cree Higgins, the linebacker, on the stop.
3rd and 1. Looking to break the deadlock here. A scoreless deadlock.
Corsairs have already converted 1 3rd down. This one's significantly shorter. Let's see what they do here. Give up the middle, 0, 1st down. We have 1:30 to go in the first quarter and counting. I formation. Tony Zoma in front of Jet Zero. Blanton back to throw. Has all day to throw. Can make a sandwich, but he finds Ellis instead for the 1st down. Short at its 10-yard line.
Gonna make a sandwich called I Love First Downs.
And for Adrian Ellis, 31 grabs for 385 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns coming in. That's his 2nd catch of the ball game. Sets him up 1st and 10, just short of the 10-yard line. As they go split backs with 3 wide receivers. This will be an handoff to 0, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage and stopped for no gain.
No soup for you.
By Joshua Williams. Defensive tackle who feels like he's been here forever. And well, he has. This is his 11th year all with Atlanta.
One of the stalwarts of the swarm, Colin.
Blanton back to throw. Under the rest and sack time. Combo sack made. Diamond, Blackwell, and Gibson combining on the sack. A loss of 5.
Well, at this point in a tight affair, Colin, you just kind of run it up the middle, see what you can get, and then maybe break the deadlock with a field goal.
And with that, Gibson now has 1.5 sacks. We're approaching the final 15 seconds or so of the opening stanza. It'll be a 3rd and 15, 4 wide, 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Terrell is button back to throw. Has a cleaner pocket this time, but down he goes again. Nobody was open downfield. This time it's Leo Jefferson as we end the first quarter with 0-0 our score. And number 90 there, Jefferson, recording a sack. End of 1. Scoreless in Atlanta. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music.
Well, that was an interesting first quarter, Colin. Obviously no scoring action, and a little continuing to try to feel each other out. But this is the first scoring opportunity of the contest.
This is Joe Garfield. He's 21 of 21 on kicks. High snap spot kick is on the way, and it is good. So Garfield making it look easy.
Indeed, and that breaks that scoreless deadlock. So 3-0. Will these 3 points be the winning points? I doubt it, but the dearth of scoring, vocabulary word, in the first quarter would suggest that might not be out of the question.
Garfield's kick is away. Kyle Fenimore on the return will get tackled at the 32-yard line, and let's go to Cameron Irvine for a game break.
Thank you, Colin. Indy in Vegas today trying to pull ahead in the Central Division, but that's not happening right now. What a dime. Eric Price to Mason Kirby. Vegas still has a chance to win the West. And does anyone want to win the Central, Colin? 17-7. Vegas up in the second. Back to you in Atlanta.
Indianapolis leads that division at the moment. You'd think they would have the inside track getting there, but as Cam said in the update, does anybody want to win the Central? All teams under 500, many still with chances. Oh, what a catch by Boo Chisholm. And that will be right there our Nice Hands catch of the game. Brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K 23.
I tell you, that Retroid, that sucker, great. I love it.
And trust me, all the coaches I know, they love it too. High formation, play action to Hollywood. Throw back. That was Why Not Aerolot, his first target. Big tight end number 88, unable to haul that one in. Dynasty. Look at a 2nd and 10 situation. Throw by Dynasty over the middle. It's intercepted. Claudius Winkle, the third, I think, is the one who picked it off.
It is. Number 53. He's a large person with some good hands, Colin.
Dynasty going back across his body, just a big no-no, looking for Aerolot, the tight end, and for Periwinkle, the third.
Now, Dynasty can throw into got a lot of talent, can throw into those small windows. But that one was very small and closed by the time the ball arrived.
For Claudius Periwinkle, the third, that's his first interception on the year. And for Brian Dynasty, this is a guy who's thrown 12 interceptions. That's interception number 13. Anything but lucky for his team. As Jet Zero takes his swing pass, down the sideline he goes before he's escorted to the ground by Chris Henry, but not before a big pickup on first down.
That's a great play, and I think they might have the Atlanta defense a little bit in the guessing world right now. Atlanta defensive line makes a shift, trying to mix it up here. Confuse Queen City's
Man in motion
offensive
is
set.
spelling. Nobody follows him out of the eye. Back to throw. Complete, but we got a flag. I don't think it'll matter as Ellis spins down the sideline, steps out of bounds. They'll call interference, but I believe Queen City will decline the penalty.
Right. And I think if we get a replay on this, you'll see the DB seemed to be stunned for a second as he just stood there.
Jack Napier, number 21, called for the infraction.
We're not going to get another look at it. That's too bad.
As
Trust me,
Torellis,
it was funny.
Blanton continues to deal, and with that pass, he's up over 100 yards, 112 on just 7 completions. Splitbacks. Here's the kip off to 0. Great blocking.
Yes.
And he'll pick up yardage of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Jet Zero isn't being able to go a lot. That's been one of his better runs of late. Sets up a 2nd and medium. Putbacks. Here's the give to 0 and 0. Tackled by King Henry, but it'll set up a 3rd and 1 situation. So the Corsairs looking to cash in off the turnover.
And they can get a first down without scoring here, too. Thank you very much. That checks my obvious commenter box.
3rd and 1 situation. Tony Soma is in the backfield, lined up as a fullback. Single receiver to wing is spelling. Goal line defense for Atlanta. It'll be a run to 0. He got the first down. It'll be 1st and goal. So straightforward, simple philosophy there. It'll be a 1st and goal. Splitbacks. As they line up at 2 tight ends again. Jet Zero on the carry. Dives in for the touchdown. And Queen City cashes in on the turnover.
There you go. And now we're getting some scoring, Colin.
Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. As Jet Zero goes full belly flop into the end zone.
I love it.
There's 7:04 to go. It's 9-0 pending the extra point attempt. The extra point is up and good. 6 plays, 58 yards, 2 minutes and 15 seconds taken off the clock on that drive. And that man, Jet Zero, scores the touchdown for Queen City. He's now in. That's his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. As Garfield kicks it off to Kyle Fenimore. Fenimore is a pretty good return man. About a yard deep out of his end zone, coming up the middle, and he'll get tackled at the 27-yard line. Well, Atlanta turned the ball over last time, Rick. Well, obviously they don't want to do that.
Right.
But what else should they do?
Well, I think they're going to have to try and find a little bit of their jam, and it might be more creative play calling, maybe razzle dazzle, break out something unexpected, just to try and gain some advantage on the Queen City defense here.
Fenimore hasn't been targeted yet, nor has a man coming in motion now, Siege Falco, number 17. Erlot's been targeted 3 times. Of course, one of those targets was intercepted. Dynasty. Oh, he threw another pick. Oh, diving to make the interception is Greg Gaines, the corner. And that reminds me, I haven't introduced the Queen City secondary, which includes Greg Gaines, Brandon Ewing at the corners, along with Ted Ains, Todd Rigsby, G.B. Wallace is at strong safety, and of course, Alex Marshall's the crown jewel. He was the 6th overall pick in the rookie draft and has been really productive and active for them. Blanton's back to throw, swings it out to Jet 0-0 spins ahead for a first down after the tackle by Miraculous.
Well, Colin, at the 6:43 mark of the second quarter, this just in from the Rick meter. The Rick meter is going probable for Queen City with that interception and moving the ball yet again here in the second quarter. They seem to have opened it up a little bit, and the Rick meter is now looking at predicting that a Queen City victory is probable here.
The give off to 0. For Atlanta, they've had interceptions on their last 2 plays. They had a 3-play drive before that. And their longest drive has been 6 plays, covering only 19 yards.
That's for Atlanta, right?
Yes, those are for
friends and family of Atlanta sworn they want to avert their gaze as Colin regales everybody with the sad stats so far.
The give to 0 is tackled. That'll set up a 3rd and 3 situation. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Bryant Dynasty, only 3 completions, 3 of 9 passing for 40 yards, 2 interceptions. Back to throw is Blant. Has a clean pocket. Staring Jefferson in the face. Lets it go. Oh, Chris Henry almost got it.
Whoa, Nelly.
Number 44 almost grabbed it out of the air. And it looks like the Corsairs will be forced to possibly try a field goal attempt. Yes, they're going to say it's a 45-yard attempt.
Well, and good on the Swarm defense to snuff out that drive.
This is from the left hash. But he gets it easily with room to spare on either side. It's 13-0. As they cap out that drive with another 3 points.
Hey, Colin, you asked me what you thought Atlanta might need to do on their next possession. What's your analysis of the situation?
Well, I think they need to go back to Hollywood. Clearly, Bryant Dynasty, as good a quarterback as he's been in this league, is a bit rattled at the moment. So we'll see what the brain trust over there in Atlanta elects to do.
Well, return it here.
Kyle Fenimore on the return. We'll get out to the 27.
Gets him an extra 2 yards versus the kneel down in the end zone.
See his return yards, solid average. 31.2. Yet to touch the ball in the passing game. Let's see if that changes.
You know, that might be another good idea for the, as you call them, the brain trust. Get some other people involved potentially. But I agree, you got to get Hollywood rolling because that sets up a lot of other aspects of your offensive design.
Get to Hollywood up the middle, and that's a good start. He picks up about 11. That's good enough for first down.
Right on cue, he's listening to you.
They're wearing the green helmets with their all black jerseys today. Rick, what do you think of the look?
Me likey. I think that's pretty tough. And they got those asymmetrical ants with the design on the left leg. So yeah, I think the unis. I think the kit is slaps pretty hard there for Atlanta. It's not cringe.
Man in motion is there a lot. He resets to the bottom. As Dynasty's back to throw, has to be careful. Complete set to Boo Chisholm.
See, that's what I'm saying. He can put things, squeeze things into really tight windows. And he shows it off right there.
Dynasty that time looked comfortable in the pocket, squeezing it in between 3 people, including a linebacker, Kappa Jones, a former safety.
I think it was number 94. Who's 94 on that?
That is Jones.
That's Jones, yeah, right. That ball whistled right by his ear hole. He had to hear that going right by his head.
3 grabs for 56 yards for the Hall of Fame wide receiver. One of the original building blocks of this franchise, along with that guy, Hollywood, picks up 3 yards as we tick under 4 minutes to go.
Much like that foul ball at Comerica Park back in the day, Colin, that nearly took me out. I heard it go right by my ear.
Again, I formation, 2 tight ends. Phenom Shine, number 81, is the man in motion. He resets next to his rookie count. His fellow tight end, Aralot, as Hollywood runs that direction, picks up a first down with some great running, dragging GB Wallace for a ride.
Yep.
As Atlanta's now on the move.
That warms this commenter's heart as they run. They just go right at him with an unbalanced line. Run to that side. Hat on hat, and let's go.
Let's go indeed.
And maybe that's what they need to do.
Are
A little more power.
Are saying the Atlanta fans. Again, they line up I formation, 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Chisholm in the slot. They pitch that way to Hollywood. Gets a block from Mitchell Bryant. Great block from the offensive line, and Hollywood is in the end zone. Touchdown.
Nice. A little stiff arm hand fighting there in the last 7 yards of that run. And I think, Colin, if we get another look at that, that might have been designed to cut inside, but he dips it outside as he sees that Queen City lost contained.
How about the block by Kyle Fenimore on the corner to ultimately spring him free for the touchdown? Great to see that he's still engaged.
Fenimore Cooper. For all you baseball fans. And American Lit. Heroes of American Lit. James Fenimore Cooper. Anybody go to school here?
Sammy Steele, the extra point. 5 plays, 72 yards. A little over 2 minutes taken. And a big run by Hollywood. All of a sudden, this game is now a little tighter.
Yeah, and that brings the swarm, the hive, to life as their heroes get on the board here late in the second quarter.
As he runs for exactly his jersey number, Rick, this Hollywood. 34 yards for the score.
Nice.
Ellis on the return, so it's now 13-7, and all of a sudden, touchdown could give you the lead if you're Atlanta.
Yeah.
Play your cards right.
It's game. It's a 1-score game. It was looking kind of lopsided. That score potentially, well, it's an evening. It doesn't even it out, but it shows Atlanta's got life and it puts points on the board.
Blitz off the edge. Blanton throws, and Miraculous tips it away past intended for Matthews Jr.
2 great defensive plays there as the blitz almost gets home. And I think that interrupted the throw a little bit. And was that Miraculous? Gets his big paw up there and knocks that away.
This is a guy in Miraculous that is 6'1", 218 pounds. His 8th year in the league, all with Atlanta. That's a thing about Atlanta, is they don't. It's once they get guys in the system, they have a tendency to say it. Although Sean Allen spent time previously with the Las Vegas Fury, he came over in the offseason.
Were you going to say they tend to keep them? That?
Yes, yeah. They tend to keep them and retain their guys. Of course, they have an undrafted rookie at tight end. They picked why not Aralot with the 25th pick in the rookie draft.
Yeah, 3rd and long here. Depending on how this goes, the Rick Meter staff might be a little nervous and have to pay attention here if the Swarm get a stop.
They go 4 wide receivers. Matthew Jr. split out wide. Now he'll motion to the bottom to make it a more even 2-by-2 look. As Blanton throws. Bob Wood, a rookie receiver, his 3rd grab under there.
Yeah. He's doing things. Nice job, Rook.
As Blanton continues to find bullets. One-handed catch by the rookie, number 19.
Blanton's having himself a solid game so far.
Split backs. As we reach the 2-minute warning, you're watching the SFL on YouTube. The SFL is presented by APM Music. Colin Northrup, Rick Northrup here with you in the broadcast booth.
Yo.
Ron Haynes and Dwayne Schindler, our statisticians, Cameron Irvine, our executive producer, and game update guy.
Game update guy. The incomparable Cameron Irvine.
As we got to pick up 3 yards on the carry up the middle by 0.
It's your second vocabulary word, right? Dearth was the first one, and now incomparable. If you want to score well on your standardized tests and be high functioning relative to the coin of the realm, which is the English language, it pays for richer word power.
Get to 0 again, spinning, and it'll set up a 3rd and 4. He's carried the ball 15 times. He's only averaged 15, I think 16 times now. He's got the 1 touchdown. He's also added 3 grabs for 35 yards through the air. So he's had an impact, but Terrell Blanton's had a nice game. He's back to throw for pass attempt number 17. Fires down the field, catch made. Doug Spelling at the 30-yard line. Good enough for Queen City first down. And now they call time.
That's like every time Atlanta gets him in a 3rd down situation. Queen City's picking it up. What's the conversion rate so far on 3rd downs? You've got that.
Oh,
Handy from the stats team.
I'll look it up.
Please look it up.
It's 5 of 9 on 3rd down for Queen City.
Seems better than that, but okay. I'll take it.
Matthew Jr. in motion to the top of the formation.
That slot guy might not have the right coverage. Watch that at the top of the screen.
And Blanton goes that direction, has Matthew Jr. open for the first down. And Queen City calls another time.
Yeah, I told you there was trouble there on the left side of the formation, or the right side on the defensive point of view. And that's where he goes with the ball.
Terrell Blanton, he's been dealing today so far. He's kept the ball out of harm's way as well.
So a little better coverage this time, but we're going to cushion it.
Nobody follows the rookie Wood to the bottom of the formation. Now he lines up in the slot. Blanton's back to throw. He goes right down the middle. Matthew Jr. touchdown, Queen City.
Yeah, I think Queen City receivers took advantage of maybe some, I don't say they miscommunication, but they just didn't seem to have the right secondary call, right call in the secondary. Those last 2 plays come.
And with 61 seconds to go in the first half, it is a 19-7 lead. And Terrell Blanton on just 14 completions, with that last one has crossed the 200-yard mark. He's at 208.
And more importantly, the Rick Meter staff can relax and return to their Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew as Queen City extends their lead to 20-7, and the Rick Meter is
8 plays, 70
probably.
70 yards, 2 minutes and 1 second to drive length. So
sorry about that. Colin is yammering over good post scoring. Please continue.
So not only are they driving a long way, 70 yards, but they took barely over 2 minutes off the clock as Fenimore returns it up to his own 32-yard line. For Atlanta, they had the 1 touchdown drive, but they've had a couple of turnovers that have really sort of made the offense stuck in neutral for the most part. See what they do here.
Not much time left. Got to have some chunky soup plays here.
Atlanta started with the ball first, so Queen City will be getting it to start in the second half. Dynasty down the middle, and there's a catch for a guy whose name we haven't called all day other than the starting lineup. Siege Falco, number 17, hauls that in Atlanta. Uses their second timeout. Remember, they lost one in an earlier challenge, so they're down to 1.
Right, what seemed to be a pointless challenge. I openly question who advised the coach to challenge that. It was easily picked up.
Aerolot in motion. He's been targeted 3 times. Has no grabs.
Really?
Dynasty's back to throw. Fires tipped in the air by Klingon and incomplete, but there's a flag.
It's an infraction here. We're going to hear about it.
Oh, it's DPI, and this time Atlanta says yes. Thank you very much. We will take the penalty. Greg Gaines,
Please advance us down the field.
who had one of the interceptions.
I don't know, I guess maybe they thought they held him up there as he's trying to cross over. I'm not sure.
Got in his way, impeded his progress, whatever you want to say. It all results in positive momentum for the men with the lime green helmets.
Lime green helmets, right? Because Queen City has lime green stripes on their socks. There's a lot of electric green going on right here.
Dynasty down the middle, catch made.
A generous forward progress.
They gave him
Mark.
9 on that play, and 40 seconds left. They called their final timeout.
Oh
So
boy.
So they got to be smart here.
Trying to stay even here with Queen City. Get that touchdown back that they just gave up. And on 2, maybe 2 easy pass plays. The final 2 plays, too easy for Queen City on that last possession.
Shine now flexes out as a 3rd wide receiver. Dynasty down the middle, catch made. Aerolot hauls it in, and now here we go with the hurry up.
Through the Benny Hill music, as they spike it.
Oh, they were efficient that time. Clock down to 30 seconds.
That's right. All right, you probably call 2 plays in the huddle here so that you can run the second one as quickly as possible, maybe catch an advantage or a break.
They'll line up with 4 wide here. Only 3 down linemen, 4 to Corsairs out of a dime look. They have 6 DBs to throw. The Falco first down, it'll be first and goal.
Hear the Benny Hill music here as they line up to spike the ball again. Spike it, what are you looking for?
They spike it with 19 seconds left. So again, they're efficient using the middle of the field.
Yeah, they use 11 seconds there.
Now they got to try to go for the end zone. It'll be second and goal.
Pending, they could probably get 3 plays out of here.
3 wide out of split backs. Dynasty to the end zone, tipped and incomplete. I think Kappa Jones had other ideas. Maybe he had designs in taking that one himself, but alas, his hands did not cooperate.
We'll continue the Campbell's Soup theme commentary. That play was looking good until it wasn't.
You have 16 seconds left. It's 3rd and goal. Bunch to the top of the screen. Single man to the bottom is Arlette. As the throw goes toward the bunt side, tipped in the air and incomplete. And it looks like Atlanta will be forced to kick a field goal. Brady Ewing
Not the worst thing in the world, Colin.
tipped that, incomplete.
Not the worst thing. They could have taken a sack and the clock could have kept running, could have thrown a pick.
This will be a 27-yard field goal for Sammy Steele. One of the most reliable kickers during his time in the league. He's 18 of 18, now making 19 of 19. As he boots it through to cap a 9-play, 57-yard drive, taking only 58 seconds to do so. Well, I suppose the 3 points is better than 0 points, especially considering your defense has to be on the field to start the second half.
Oh, I absolutely agree. They were able to make some progress, narrow the gap. They're going to feel good about themselves.
From the 1, Ellis up the middle, cuts, breaks a tackle, carries the second guy forward to the 35. As we see Wade Phillips, he says, great broadcast so far. The Northrups are a national treasure and must be protected at all costs.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Well, just a tasty little return there Not bad field position. They're going to do anything with it with 2 seconds, but
Hey, we'll put that in the back pocket for later.
that's right. Right.
Terrell's Blanton
Getting himself some good stacks.
will most likely just hand this off to Jet Zero, and they'll go in the locker room up 10. And considering that they were 7.5-point underdogs on the road, they got to be pretty happy with where they're at as Zero stopped at the line of scrimmage. We've reached halftime. It's 20-10. Queen City in front.
After a very uninspiring first quarter, it ended 0-0. Got some action here. The result is a 10-point differential for Queen City. Let's take a look at some of the halftime facts and figures.
Wow, all the scoring did take place in the second quarter, because you're right, it was deadlocked at 0. As you see the numbers for Blanton,
I've taken some no-nos there for a while. Perked up.
Queen City got 2 interceptions, including a touchdown pass to Matthew Jr. Bryant Dynasty, 8 of 18, 108 yards. Hollywood, 7 carries, 63 yards. Chisholm leading receiver for Atlanta. 3 sacks for the Swarm defense, though. And Jet Zero, 62 yards and just 18 carries. Also had 16 yards in the receiving game. Has been the key engine cog for Queen City. And back here at the Hive, located in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia.
That's right. Welcome back to the ATL. I'm Rick Northrop. Colin Northrop's your play-by-play man.
Hello, everybody.
Rick Meter is probable for Queen City at this point. And we're underway in the second half.
Sammy still kicks it off. Ellis, who just had a good return this time, will take it from about the 2. Up the middle, spins off a man, and will get wrapped up at the 29 of Queen City.
Not easily brought to the turf, number 11. Solid run. Here's a look from the return team's point of view.
Ellis, he's a quite a stature.
Yeah.
Only 5'11", but he's 212 pounds.
Well, that's not too slight.
3rd year with Queen City, 4th year overall.
Maybe for a return guy.
We have 1st and 10 at the Queen City 29, and Terrell was Blanton, who had a really good first half.
He makes it work for him.
Comes out to start the 3rd quarter. It'll be a Jet Zero and off, and Zero is wrapped up on the line for a loss of 1.
Not 0, it's -1.
I see what you're doing.
Ha!
2nd and 11.
Why doesn't Jet Zero wear 0? Shouldn't that just like naturally be a thing?
You would think it would, but I believe,
or even double 0.
but I believe those kind of numbers aren't allowed. And he has some. Oh, as Jay Miraculous almost housed it the other way. He was thinking about
The
it.
doctor just about showed up for a house call there, Colin.
3rd and 11 already for the Corsairs, but Terrell Blanton. That was kind of dangerous.
Dicey. All right, 3rd and 11. 4 wide.
Here's Bob Wood. No, that's Matthew Jr. in motion. Nobody follows him, although there was an adjustment
I
in
think
the
the
secondary.
linebacker, yeah, stood over to cover him.
And Blanton down the middle, Matthew Jr. first
That's
down.
what they were looking for. Let's see if we can get him on an ISO with the LB. It's football talk.
So he just sat there in the pocket.
Or is it with the Mike or the Ike LB?
Or the Will.
The
Or
Will, the Mike
Zam.
and Ike. That's a candy.
Anyway, it's 1st and 10. Under 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. There's the give to 0. Burrows ahead for just a pickup of 1.
Fail.
Adrian Ellis in the chat supporting his team. Always good to see.
Mr. Ellis.
Always good to see you, sir. And Joshua Williams. Stating the imperative for his defense, they have to be better on third down.
Imperative, boy, we had Imperative, Darth. You had a. What's the other one?
I'll think of it.
Yeah.
Zero swung out and picked up 6 yards.
Impedance? I think it was impeded. Yeah. Earth, impeded, imperative.
As you see the numbers for Blanton, he's been sacked 3 times, but he's thrown for 222 yards. Another third down. Let's see if the Swarm can change the narrative here. And Blanton will take off and run. The middle's wide open, and he's got a first down. He slides down just short of the 30-yard line. Nobody was out there.
And you could tell nobody
for
was
number 15.
You could tell nobody was around. Watch this. He carries the ball like, he's carrying his books to school or something, or his cell phone.
It was
swinging
tighter.
his arms.
It was tighter to his body though than we've seen a lot of guys
Right.
scramble around. To be fair,
yeah, or the guys that'll dive into the line and have the running back swim there, lift the ball over to the line. That always makes me sweaty.
just to give out the middle. 0 picks up 5. Did you see the little spin move in there?
I did. The Whirlpool Company, Michigan made, says check out their washers and dryers.
This is 2nd and 5. We got a split back forward.
Kate Upton is the heiress to the Whirlpool fortune. How about that?
I did not know.
Yeah. And she, but potentially the heiress to the Verlander fortune too.
It's Jet 0. We'll make it 3rd and 1.
I cracked myself up. I'll be here for the rest of the game. That's either a threat or a promise.
As we get a 3rd and 1 situation. Again, they go with the split backs. See, folks, always tune into a broadcast. You never know what you learn. And Jet 0 didn't get there. Diamond Blackwell on the stop, and now Atlanta gets off the field, but it'll be a field goal opportunity for Corsairs.
Yeah, I got none of my homies in the chat. Doug Day or Jack Ball. Kind of thin. It's like my comedy.
As the field goal by Garfield is up and good. So tack on 3 more points to the lead. It's now 23-10.
The last two scores, traded field goals. That 10-point differential still in favor of Queen City.
With 6:24 to go.
Whatever is an Atlanta Swarm to do? Maybe play defense? Play offense a little better? I don't know.
And this kickoff will go in the end zone. Fenimore will bring it up. He's up over the 20 to the 25. He's close to the 30. Mark him down at the 29. Go down. Let's go back in the studio for Cameron Irvine in a game break.
Thank you, Colin. This game has been unbelievable. End of the first half, Eric Price picked off by Ernest McCray Sr. He took it back 100 yards to the house. He has gotten 2 more picks since then. 3 interceptions on the day for Ernest McCray Sr. And with 9 minutes to go, Indy's down 3 and driving. Just a big-time game going on over here. Good one in Atlanta, too. Back to you guys.
Oh, my goodness.
What the heck? As soon as he caught that, it was like, he gone.
Hollywood on the carry will only pick up 1 yard. And your football Sunday with a block of SFL action on SFL YouTube starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. First at 9, the 5-5 DC Dragons welcome the 7-4 Canton Classics. Congratulations to Classics for winning the North, by the way. At 9:15, the Mexico City Aztecs transform into the Santa Fe Gorillas on throwback night against the Seattle Nemesis. It's all tomorrow night on SFL YouTube. Hollywood picks up the first down. It's been held in check to 66 yards on just 8 totes to the rock today.
Wow. You know, I thought initially he was going to be on track to have a better game than what he's got going so far here. Halfway through the third.
But when you're down by multiple scores, you kind of have to throw the ball.
You got to throw more than BGD Hollywood might like.
Mitchell O'Brien in front of Hollywood out of the eye.
Although Hollywood says you can throw it to me.
And they do that exactly here. He's a really good receiver out of the backfield. Picks up 5. That's his, I believe, his second grab. He had 1 catch for 7 yards before and that's his second grab. He's now up to 12 receivers. We get a bunch to the bottom with a couple of tight ends. Hollywood on the pitch, but nowhere to go. Alex Marshall making a tackle in the backfield.
Hollywood had no chance on that, Colin. It's not 1, not 2, but 3 Corsairs just bled through the line to attack him in the backfield.
Atlanta's only 1 for 4 on 3rd down. This is the first 3rd down opportunity of the second half with 4:25 to go in the 3rd. Dynasty on the roll. Throwing back across the field, and Kyle Fenimore makes the grab for the 1st and 10 result. And Fenimore, who's been elbowed out so much as a target through the first 2.5 quarters of this game, finally pulls one in.
Just when you were losing all hope, Colin, they make a great play.
There are the numbers for Dynasty. He's up to under 29 yards, but those 2 interceptions looming large, especially because they were cashed in for points. Now that's the kind of exchange rate you really don't want to have. As Kappa Jones makes the tackle on Hollywood after pickup of 1.
Depends on what side of that trade you're on.
2nd and 9, 3:40 to go. Atlanta trying to move the ball. Now available free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go. On the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com and search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/ret 4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Passing complete, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and they look like Atlanta may have had max protect on that, had time. Just couldn't find a sort of a clean receiver to throw to. Had to throw into double coverage. And it's incomplete.
Dynasty throws. One-handed catch by Siege Falco. He's just showing off now.
Very nice. Very nice. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete, right?
Indeed. We get another look at the replay here. Nice pocket movement and just a one-handed snag in front of the defender.
It's a thing of beauty right there. Right chair.
Half. Under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Atlanta finds themselves right at the entry point to the red zone.
Fenimore, his second grab, breaks the tackle, breaks the second one with the stiff arm and gets into the 1st and goal.
Wow.
What an effort by Kyle Fenimore.
A terrific yak there. Maybe less than stellar tackling attempt. Right on the first one, they finally get him with the second. Interesting that first missed tackle allowed the cavalry to show up for Atlanta to help Fenimore get to the 1st down marker.
Single receiver lined up tight. That is Chisholm. Does it believe?
As they load people to the short side. Let's see. They run there.
And they gain yardage there. It'll be 2nd and goal at about the 5. Another week in the SFL wraps up with this week in the SFL, rewinding the tape on what has been an electrifying week 13. Plus, Portland hosts Vancouver with playoff ramifications on the line for both teams. This week in the SFL, 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 8:15 kickoff, 8:15 Eastern, Monday night, right here on SFL YouTube. Hollywood gets the carry and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Hold the phone, folks. Things are getting really interesting.
And there's your guy, Colin. BGD Hollywood. Ends up getting him into the end zone. Gets them into the end zone. And there's some great pass plays. When it counts down on the goal line, Hollywood's your guy.
Great blocks by the offensive line there, paving the way for Hollywood. And for him, that is rushing touchdown number 10 in the year. This is a guy that a year ago had 15 on the ground. It was part of an Atlanta team that had 15 total rushing touchdowns. So far they had 10. Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback. He's carried the ball 6 times, but one of them's ended up in the end zone. So make that 11 total touchdowns on the ground for Atlanta. As Ellis downs it in the end zone, ball comes out to the 20.
Well, it's a gut check time here for Queen City, Colin, as they just watched Atlanta narrow the gap to 6 points. And it's a ball game. I'll try and make it not a ball game. The Rick meter is still probable Queen City was maybe going to likely until Atlanta sparked up there and made it 23-17.
Ellis in motion to the bottom of the formation. Now he resets on the opposite side of Belling. Throw down the middle. Creagans with a leaping interception. And Atlanta with an instant scoring opportunity as they'll get the ball on the Queen City 21.
Best starting field position of the day.
Elite high in the air as he tried to go underneath. Didn't see who that was too. That might have been the spelling, but he was linked.
Wow. That is very opportune for your Atlanta Swarm as they're instantly in field position with that pick. Field goal position. Let's see what they can do with it here, Colin.
Only the 9th interception all year for Plant. He's thrown out 15 total touchdowns.
Oh, I thought that deep toss was going to be nothing but trouble. Able to at least get it back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're coaching him up on the sideline.
Well, he needs to after a play like that. Just to try and figure out what went wrong.
Why?
It'll be 2nd and 8.
My leg.
Split backs. Here's the kid to Hollywood. And he stopped.
Yeah, SpongeBob reference. So there you go.
3rd and 4. Atlanta trying to cut into this deficit. They would love a touchdown.
They can actually take the lead here with a touchdown and a successful PAT, Colin. Look out.
Let's see what happens. On the 3rd and 4.
They got to pick up the 3rd down here first.
And they do not get it. They're a yard short. Sammy Steele will probably come on for another field goal attempt. As we're now under 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I assume they're going to kick it here. There we go.
It's a 29-yard attempt.
Kind of a win for Queen City to hold them to just a field goal attempt here, Colin.
Already made 1 field goal, and his 2nd is right down the middle.
Because the previous possession, Colin, Atlanta had a 1st down at the 20, and what was it, 2 or 3 plays later, they had a touchdown. This time, Queen City holds them to a field goal. Now let's re-rack this thing as far as Queen City's concerned. They get the ball, and even more importantly, do they want to extend their lead now? Still a whole quarter and 27 seconds to go.
Ellis again. This time he'll take it out of the end zone. And He got up to the 25 when a touchback would have gotten him to the 20, so net 5. Advantage returner.
So let's see what Queen City features here. I think it's more important to put points on the board than burn some clock at this point. Colin, would you agree?
Yes. A touchdown would be ideal for their situation. Field goal.
Touchdowns always help. Field goal, not bad.
The touchdowns are better. Blant throws.
Oh,
Looking for Matthew Jr. and it's incomplete.
He had that receiver wide open over the middle. Colin, why didn't he see them?
Yeah,
Shoulder shrug. I don't know.
it was spelling, but Reed called for something else. Anyway, it'll be a 2nd and 10. 19 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Blanton back to throw. Heavy pocket. Now he found Matthews Jr. again.
There we go.
And it'll be a 1st down across the 40. And that'll most likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
There's a nice little pressure package there by the Atlanta defensive line. But, and that pocket was collapsing, but he still completes the pass.
End of the 3rd quarter, 23-20 our score. Queen City in front. You're watching the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
All right, Colin. 1 quarter to rule them all. It's a 3-point game. Sitting at 43, the over-under 48.5, so that may be a pretty accurate over-under. Atlanta's giving 7.5. And they got their hands full with Queen City.
Doug Spelling in motion to the top of the formation. We get a 1st and 10 to start the 4th and final period. See people putting their 4s and other numbers up in the chat. Terrell is Blanton down the middle. Catch made. Adrian Ellis 1st down.
Well, it sure seems like that deep route is open all day.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. Explore the library and find the perfect tracks for your project. Visit apmmusic.com.
It's .com.
High formation, dump out again,
Oh.
0.
Haven't seen that one in a while.
Picks up 5, it'll be 2nd and 5.
Maybe trying to spread them out a little bit. We're going to run up the middle here. You never know.
They're up by 3. Get to know me. Let's see what head coach Tom Walsh has cooked up. As you see, Blanton's done most of his damage down the middle. 148 of his passing yards have been down the middle of the football.
I told you. Setting them up for a run. It's okay, Con. You can admit I was right.
Pickup of 2, it'll be 3rd and 3.
Don't shake your fist at me.
I'm doing it now. I wasn't doing it before.
I'm doing it. I'm cooperating with you now. I'm cooperating. Are you fleeing the interview? He's fleeing the interview. Come on, Fargo. Everybody knows Fargo. Watch Fargo.
Spelling in motion to the top of the screen. He was lined up tight next to Chase Matthews. As Terrell is playing. Flings it. And a man open. It's Doug Spelling for the 1st down at about the 15. Doug was wide open.
Color me impressed. He's drifting to his right, throws back across his body to the far sideline. Ooh.
Jay Miraculous with a nice formed tackle to bring him down, but not before 1st and a lot more is achieved.
Arm shiver. Reminds me of that time when I was barnstorming around the country with the infant WWE wrestling.
Pick of the 5 by Jet 0.
You may remember me. It was White Boy Rick, and I was the good guy.
2nd and 5. Now they line up with 3 tight ends. No receivers. First time we've seen this look. It'll be 0 up the middle on a dive. It'll be first and goal. They give it to him just barely.
Indeed.
It'll be first and goal, Queen City.
Hey, Guy Clausen's in the chat. What's up, bro?
Again, same formation as before. This time they'll throw. Glenn dumps it to Chase Matthews, who scores. Touchdown, Queen City.
Looked like he threw to the wrong guy, and then it looked like he was going to be stopped, and then there was no stopping him.
That's his first catch of the day, and it goes for 6 points. At only 6 grabs all year for 69 yards and a receiving touchdown. That's his second of the year. And what an athletic play by the rookie, by the young man playing tight end too. Pick 28.
Wow.
The rookie draft.
Can you remind me again, how many yards does he have?
69.
Ah, okay.
Although that reception was a
Spoil it.
4-yard gain. It's a 4-play, 74-yard drive, taking 2 minutes and 56 seconds off the clock. And just like that, Rick, we're back to a 10-point game.
10-point game, 7 minutes to go. Rick Meters just entered the booth here, and they're going likely Queen City.
Although Atlanta has had a tendency to make things interesting.
The Rick Meter would like you to be quiet for a minute, because the Rick Meter's saying it's likely Queen City.
Ah, yes, the conflicts between me and the Rick Meter staff.
Stop raining on the Rick Meter parade.
It's a tale as old as time. Anyway, for Atlanta, they
need 2 scores in 7.5 minutes.
They find the boulders just a little bit further up the hill after they had rolled it back down the hill somewhat.
No, they rolled it up the hill and then it rolled backwards. That's your Sisyphusian reference there.
Hollywood picks up 2 yards to start the drive. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, just like the Spanish Inquisition, Colin, I did not expect you to reference Sisyphus tonight.
There's Greg Gaines. He has the 1 interception and also a tackle to go with it.
Only 3 down linemen. Something can happen here. Let's go.
Kappa Jones leads all Queen City defenders with 6 tackles. Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback, catches a pass, and there's something you haven't seen all day until now. As the big guy gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 6:53 left.
He just bowled. Who's 94? City.
Kappa Jones.
No, that's Kappa Jones. Why can't I remember Kappa Jones' number? He just kind of bowls him, bull rushes him down the field for an extra maybe 6 yards. Or as you would say, yards.
No, I don't sound like I would park my car in Harvard Yard.
Kennedy's called. They want their accent back.
Fenimore with a one-handed catch on a quick 3 steps drop by Dynasty over the middle. That's good for a first down. Fenimore's come up huge after not being targeted for about the first 2.5 quarters. That's his 3rd grab. Now steadily marching.
Matriculating down the field, and as they get on the plus side of things, Atlanta's doing their best to make the Rick Meter staff nervous.
Dynasty back to throw. Tipped and almost intercepted by Claudius Periwinkle III. He almost had it.
Aye, Claudius. Really had it.
Clock stopped at 6:04. Dynasty. Now 14 of 27, 184 yards, 2 interceptions. Ron Haynes and Dwayne Schindler keeping track of the facts and figures for us. Siege Falco, leading receiver, 4 grabs, 57 yards on 5 targets. Longest pass has been 20 yards. Bryant Dynasty down the field. Fenimore first down to the 30.
Great hard fake on that play action, Colin. I even fooled the camera. 2 nanoseconds.
Had a clean pocket right over the outstretched arms. DJ Klingon, the rookie inside linebacker, just missed a swat. GB Wallace also has 6 tackles, 1 assist. No sacks, but 1 TFL from Kappa Jones, 2 interceptions from the Queen City defense. Hollywood stopped in the backfield for a loss of 4. GB Wallace brings him down.
You know, I was looking at the secondary there. I didn't notice if was he unimpeded into the backfield, or did he just?
It did appear so that he was unimpeded. They line up in an offset eye, 3 wide receivers, Fenimore in the slot to the bottom of your screen. Dynasty back to throw, it swings out to Hollywood. Hollywood trying to make something happen. Will gain the lost yardage back. Let's set up a 3rd and 10 situation as the clock ticks under 5. Atlanta now has to move with a little more pep in their step.
Put some pep in their step and dial up your best 12-yard play here. Pick up the first down.
Like Blanton, Dynasty done most of his damage down the middle.
Or maybe you're going to just go for it. I don't know. Maybe 2 plays to pick up 10.
Dynasty down the middle, catch made. Siege Falco first down.
Or 1 play.
And he's been the go-to guy tonight. And the man they call Caw. Because Falco sounds a lot like Falcon, my friend.
Oh, is that the reason why? I felt incredibly on the outside looking in with that whole thing.
Somebody from Atlanta correct me if I'm wrong.
I just say Falco. I thought it was, like Der Kommissar. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar? Falco, right? The Austrian 80s rocker.
As Hollywood unable to break. Tackles out of the backfield, lost 3 yards. Here's Alex Marshall, number 24. His stats on the year: 80 tackles, which is good enough for 20th in terms of tackles. He has 1 forced fumble.
I'm gonna call him Der Kommissar. Don't turn around. The Commissar's in town. Uh-oh. Anybody remember that?
Dynasty on the roll. Throws backside, tipped in, incomplete. Looking for air a lot.
That's not good.
3rd and 13, clock stop, 3:47 left.
I got lucky on that one, Colin.
Joshua Williams said I was right on the origin of Siege Falco's nickname.
There we go. Thank you.
Appreciate the clarification. Meanwhile, Atlanta, 3rd and 13. They can get a first down without scoring. Marker's just off your screen as the throw incomplete, but a flag.
Oh, hold on. Hold your horses. Stop the presses.
It's defensive pass interference. First down. This time on Queen City, number 22, Brandon Ewing. Working against the big tight end. No, working against Fenimore, just basically blocked him.
So kind of sort of slowly tackling him.
And it sets up 1st and goal with 3:44 left. They're down by 10 points. They need a touchdown here in just about the worst possible way.
In the worst possible way. Now, you could take a field goal if you had to, right? Because it's 2 scores. A touchdown and field goal ties you. You'd really, like you said, like this, pick up the touchdown.
Here's Dynasty back to throw. End zone touchdown, Kyle Fenimore. And just like that, they take advantage of the DPI and score with 3:41 left. Fenimore finds the end zone.
Oh, and they're making it sting as they reward themselves for the DPI.
And that's Fenimore's 6th touchdown reception of the year. Sammy Steele on for the extra point. Snap, spot kick is good. So with 3:41 left following an 11 play, 72-yard drive.
Buckle up.
Be interesting to see what happens here.
Having the lead and the ball near the end of the fourth quarter. It's one of those. If you're going to win, you got to show you're supposed to win by possessing the ball and running out the clock, if not adding a score.
3:40. They elect to kick it deep and not onside it. Interesting decision there, but Atlanta trusts in their defense.
And they have their timeout. Sorry, it's not paying attention to my microphone.
Here's to give up the middle to Jet Zero, picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 as the clock continues to tick down.
Yep. Now every down you can run over 30 seconds off the clock, assuming you're keeping it on the ground, let's say.
And Jet Zero is a guy who's been productive on the ground, but they'll throw it this time. And ooh, James Matthew Jr.
Whoa!
How did he catch that one?
Surprising.
Through the tightest of windows, Corellis Blanton threw that ball. Holy mackerel. And
well, that's a gutsy call and a gutsy play. And hat tip to tri-corner hat tip to the Corsairs. I'm laughing at my own jokes. It's okay.
They're going to throw again down the middle. Matthew
Wow.
Jr., why not? He hauled it in and he picked up 8 yards, 2nd and 2.
They got some good receivers, and they are making sure they secure the catch here, Colin.
And with that catch, Matthew Jr. is over 100 yards. He's at 101.
Great game for that guy.
And with his last couple throws, Corellis Blanton is at 320 yards unofficial. 2nd and 2, Ducks spelling in motion. As Joshua Williams is wondering aloud, can his defense get a turnover? They already got 1 off of Blanton. A 0 is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
It's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning, Colin.
It sets up a also critical 3rd and 2 situation on the other side of this, the 2-minute warning. As the crowd here at the High picks up a chant of defense, trying to exhort its defensive unit.
The heroes of the gridiron have their backs against the wall here, Colin.
Spelling in motion to the bottom of your screen. It'll most likely be a run to 0, but we'll see. Give to 0, he doesn't make it! Stopped at the line of scrimmage, and Atlanta calls the timeout with about 1:55 left. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Stadium clock actually reads about 1:56. Issue a correction on that.
And this is what Atlanta was working for. Get the ball back with a decent amount of time. And 2 timeouts to work with.
Return by Falco. He'll get to the 21, 1:48 left.
The disadvantage for Atlanta is, of course, there's they're going to be skewing towards the pass in their play calling.
Oh, skewing, that's another good word.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's the key to scoring well on your
Standardized tests.
Indeed.
SAT, ACT, Stanford, 5th grade Stanford achievement test, whatever you got coming up.
Toss out to Hollywood. Tackled after a pickup of 1. Not the most ideal start. Clock is now running. As we have a 2nd and 9. Atlanta taking their time, but they got to be careful here.
And of course, vocabulary won't help you with all tests. It won't help you with Blood test, eye test, test of wills.
Dynasty, for some reason, he put his head down to scramble and he'll be sacked, and now they'll be forced to call a timeout before 3rd and 10.
Excuse me while I go bang my head up against the wall. What was that?
It's like all of a sudden his eyes were down, and it's like he saw nothing downfield. Unusual situation for unusual lack of situational awareness from veteran quarterback. Dynasty. Oh,
no.
Siege Falco
Oh, no.
dropped it. And I think he dropped it for the better, and it's now 4th and 10. With 109 left.
That was that play call was highly suspect. Guess they thought maybe they'd surprise them. Even just running a screen or something. Over that out route or flat. Throw to the flat.
4th and 10. Dynasty has to go down the field and does.
There you go.
Airlot has the catch for the first down.
No worries.
Timeout not called, as we're now under a minute, but they have to hurry. Only 18 completions on 32 attempts for Brian Dynasty. 50 seconds. They're wasting all this time off the clock. They finally snap it. Throw. Tipped by Jimmy Wallace, and he almost picks it off. The clock's down to 43 seconds. And now we have a game update from Cameron Irvine.
Thanks, guys. Final seconds in Las Vegas. Colin Pierce is going to be picked off by Merrick Itera. Indianapolis' 6th turnover of the ball game. Vegas had 4 themselves. The Fury win a wild one, 34-31. The West still alive for Vegas. So is the Central for Indy. Back to you in Atlanta.
6 and 4 is 10 turnovers. Count them 10.
Oh, boy.
My goodness.
Dynasty back to throw down the middle to Chisholm. First down, and now with the hurry up. They're still at that timeout in their pocket, but they elect to hurry it up. Back to throw. Oh, the drop by the rookie tight end. Airlot stops the clock with 30 seconds.
You know, they got to keep that timeout in their back pocket for potentially kicking a field goal. That's what I'm thinking.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
Ball is just the other side of the 50. 2nd and 10. 30 seconds. And the first time all game, they'll line up and empty against a 3-man line.
Let's go.
Dynasty back to throw. Throws, tipped in the air, and almost intercepted by Brandon Ewell.
Wow. 2 almost picks for the Corsairs, Colin. And I know the Corsair faithful are methodically yanking their hair out now.
3rd and 10.
It could be another throw over the middle for a first down. Seems to be the script here on this drive.
They have to get past. Queen City 45. Throws. Caught by Fitmore. First down. Clock running. 20 seconds.
Just going to keep rolling here, Colin.
Throw intercepted. Intercepted on the play.
Well, that's gonna do it here, Colin. Oh my goodness.
After a couple of near misses, Chad Stinson says enough of this, and he picks it off.
Finally come up with one. As Atlanta was playing with fire there, Colin. Well, this was a good one. 30-27, 57 total points. That hits the over.
And
Queen City not only covers but wins outright.
Timeout is taken with 7 seconds.
Will win outright.
And for Queen City,
Yes.
they have one more game left. They have to play my Motor City V8, so
Ooh, should be a good one.
this game tells me that game should be tight throughout. as Tom Walsh picks up the coaching victory. Queen City's 4th of the year. 30-27 is your final score.
Yeah, 57 points scored in 3 quarters, Colin. They're scoreless.
We take a look at the facts and figures. First downs, really close. Yardage, favor Corsairs, but Atlanta no slouch either. Third down conversion rate, favor Queen City.
Yeah.
4 trips to the red zone.
And that third down conversion rate's really the only major differential. As the stats show, this was a pretty evenly played contest.
Time of possession very
And
close.
then we got our turnovers there, right?
And look at the longest completion combined by both these quarterbacks, only 20 yards. That was McClain. Longest rush, 28. That was by Hollywood. 15 tackles by Diamond Blackwell. He had a big game. 1.5 sacks by Mickey Gibson. Jay Miraculous with 2 pass breakups. Linebackers with interceptions today. Claudia Periwinkle and Chad Stinson. Cree Higgins. Greg Gaines, the defensive back, had the other total pick. And the Corsairs, they were winless a year ago, but now they picked up 4 victories on the year. Atlanta drops their 8th overall contest. For Colin Northrup and Rick Northrup, thanks to our statisticians Ron Haynes and Dwayne Schindler, keeping track of the facts and figures for us. Thank you so much, and good night.